So let's recap.
Should I yell pizza again?
Welcome to session 32. 32. We are up there in the numbers now. Um, what an intense session we had last time that we played. A lot of shit went down. The big thing was Nimriani's sacrifice. Everybody in the party was doing what they could to face off against Kivalas, a Dark Lord of the Sith, and his power was insane. Able to bring the dead back to fight at his whim, his own power well above the party's capabilities of handling. It was a slow descent as Estrella drops and Grim comes close to death, and the others in the party are just hanging on by a thread. And Nimriani uses this moment to enact the full curse of her gem, to let this entity she calls pain to take over her body and to vanquish the foe. Not only did he kill Kivalas, but Pain managed to stabilize the portal as it exploded, because unbeknownst to the party, everything that Kieran had done had destabilized it enough. Between Estrella and Grim freeing themselves and not enough blood going in, Kieran materializing his body and allowing this Force Ghost to take over what was left of his old form, the portal could not sustain itself, no matter what Quirk was trying. But in that moment of certain death, Pain managed to stabilize everything. And in that moment, where we think that Pain is the ultimate curse upon this gem, we realize that he has a curse placed on him by the Night Mother. And he thought he'd have more time, and you all heard him scream out in rage, saying that I'd have more time, you promised. And yet his own curse was enacted. And Nim's body transforms into the Night Mother, the woman all of you have seen in your astral projections, in your dreams, in your past. She's there, fully formed, and no longer a projection, no longer an image out of your past, but here and now in your present. And she bows at all of you, introducing herself for the first time, getting used to this physical form, which for all of you is old. You've known her since you started journeying. Grim, your memories have been unlocked that she was your father's patron. And yet it seems as if she has just been born for the first time in this moment. So there's where we start, as the Night Mother stares at all of you curiously. She's tall, even compared to Mud, coming up about half a head taller, making her about a solid 8 feet tall. Her legs and arms are twice as long as a normal creature. They're grotesquely long. Her fingers are twice the length of a normal finger. And when she bends, there's extra joints that a normal person does not have as they curl in on themselves and flex outwards. Her body is made of a purple translucent crystal. You can see the facets in her skin as you look. It's almost as if you can see through her, but you can't. You can just see deeper into her. And it's like staring into a purple abyss. Long horns extend from her forehead back through her hood, extending her another 5 inches. She's not a tiefling. She's not an elf. But she has characteristics of both. And yet when you stare into her eyes, you see the night sky in the Tavern of Realms. You see the mists that swirl and move, and you can even see the cracks in the sky that you all have followed for so many months through your journeys. Reflected in her is everything you've ever known in the Tavern of Realms. And she greets all of you, warmly, coldly, oddly. Her voice almost has a dual nature to it, at once dangerous and at once inviting. Hello. Who do I have to thank for my freedom? How do you all respond?
Sorry, I just had to unmute. And I was thinking...
Estrella, you're down right now, right?
She just got up, so she did a save.
She did.
And you're at 1 HP.
I'm at 1.
You're alive.
Alive. She did succeed in her first saving throw.
Some.
Right. She was just up in order to see all the madness.
Correct. As you all think and stare, just kind of figure out your next moves, Anthrax takes a few steps forward. He's holding Roka's child in one hand, in the other he has his axe ready to fight. But if any of you turn to look at him, you will see tears streaming down his face. Literal crocodile tears from this dragonborn.
Oh.
Nim! What the fuck happened to Nim? What did you do to her, you bitch? And the Night Mother looks at Anthrax. I don't know. She's... I think she's here somewhere. In me, perhaps. There's a lot I'm sorting out, Anthrax, but I promise that our time together was not for nothing. I do love you. She did love you. And hated you.
Thank you.
Oh, I do hate you, Anthrax. And I need you. Oh, this is unique. Is this me? I don't know. But she's gone, Dragonborn. For now. For later. Always, perhaps. You fucking talking in riddles! I should cut you down now!
At this moment, you hear a giant scream, and Mud is just leaping for her.
We're not going to worry about initiative. Roll to break her AC.
Oh god, I'm on the wrong character sheet.
Were you on Nims? Oh, so sad. No.
Oh,
No Nim for you.
that hurts. That hurts so bad. Okay.
Oh.
Plus to hit is 9. So I got 8 plus 9? 17?
Roll damage.
Alright.
Anthrax is right beside Mud. As he hears her scream, his blood boils over and he rushes with his guitar axe and just slams it into her.
12.
Here's what happens. With one hand, she grabs Anthrax's axe, and you watch it dig into her thumb. and just stop, as if digging into a gem or a rock. She reaches her other hand without even looking and takes the full force of Mud's hammer. And as this hammer hits, you can hear the sound of gemstones cracking. And you watch her arm bend and the floor as a shockwave emits from this mighty blow. And then she almost stands up from that hit, taller. Interesting sensations. Pain, perhaps? I don't know. I think I quite like it. Yeah. What else have you got? Interesting. Yes, what else have we got? Anybody else want to do anything?
I guess. Let's see what we got. Oh, this should be interesting. Lightning lure. Let's see if I can whip her neck and pull her.
Ooh.
Make it spicy.
So what I gotta do? Just roll for breaker AC?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got 18.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage on your lightning lure.
1d10.
How does Mud react to what happened?
She has almost a tiny moment
16.
16, thank you, okay?
of disbelief and almost hearing Nim's voice come out of her with that accent, but she tries to just bear down and just growling at her at this point.
What would you like to do? As you think,
Yeah, go ahead.
Grimm's lightning lure just whips out, and all of you can hear this static electricity, and your hair raises on end, and you see just it wraps around her neck, Grimm, and you wrap it around your metal arm and yank her down to the ground, and you watch her body, between the weight of the weapons and this lure, she falls down to her knees with a thud, boom, coming down about 2.5 feet as she drops to her knees. And you hear her start laughing. Oh, Grim, you never disappoint me! That's right, you tough bitch, give me all you got! And she starts to pull against your strength and raises up to her full height. And Grim, you start to slide forward as you try to hold her back. But she just raises up and she stares at you and she goes, I've killed you. I will kill you. I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to...
Wait, let's go Mud first and then we'll...
Okay, yeah.
I would like to lift off the hammer, spin it around, and try to jam the pointed end into her chest.
Okay. Give me 3 hits with your to break her AC.
3.
Wail on her. Have fun with it.
Okay, we got a 20, dirty 20.
Okay.
A 13 plus 9. What is that?
13 plus 9 is 21.
Okay, and a
22, sorry.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Here's what happens. Grim, what would you like to do? We'll throw it in together with what Mud's doing. All of you can add to this. If you want to attack as a group, there is no initiative.
I want to
throw out shit together.
this.
You want to do something?
Yeah, I'm not fighting though. I'm gonna do a mass healing word before she tries to attack you guys.
That's a good point. I was thinking about getting to leave.
Honestly, how close am I to her? at this point.
You can be as close or as far as you need to be. There's no initiative. There's no worries. Do whatever your character is capable of doing.
Well, I guess I'll use. I don't know if you can use Mage Hand that way. Can I use Mage Hand to like clock her?
You can. Yes, you can. You can certainly do that. Yes.
And then I want to ask her what happened to Nim, I guess.
Okay.
More
Yasin,
about that.
Kieran, do you two want to do anything in this moment?
My question is, Trell's doing her healing thing. Where's Keladri?
Keladri's sick, puking in the back room.
She was up in the rafters right near the machine.
Yes. She was
So
up.
we
She was
don't-
up top. So what I'll leave Keladri up there right now, and I imagine that Keladri is just sizing up the situation. But she, for those of you that if you look up, she's making her presence known. Like, I'm here, but I'm not sure what to do just yet. I'm not going to have her in action yet.
Is there any way I can like? Yeah, is there any way I can like scan the Night Mother for like a?
Read.
Yeah, roll insight. Kieran, what would you like to do in this moment?
Having my reinvigorated soul stone being a source of some of my magical powers, I'm actually going to use Artificer's flaming sphere and conjure a giant flaming sphere to send at her to do burn damage.
Okay.
But there is a specific method. I want to try and apply my Artificer's like jewel crafting, a specific way that I use to heat gems in order to cut them and see if I can actually do some damage that way. So just kind of taking that sphere and flattening it into a blade and sending it out.
Destructo disc. Nice. All right. Grim, you rolled. What else did you want to do, Grim? I forgot because I was going around. Oh, that's right. You're using your mage hand to clock her, and you're asking her a question. Got it. Okay, I'm good. Okay, here's what happens.
Multiple times if that's okay.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Just start.
Here's what happens. All of you, Yasin, what did you roll on your insight?
12.
12. Okay, cool. And your healing word, Emily, how much is everyone getting healed for?
Everyone's getting 15. Does that include me? Since
Yes. Yes.
16? Okay, everyone's getting 15 points.
Like that.
Well, yeah, I haven't.
Grim's like, yay, I'm not going to die in one hit.
Am I supposed to be at full?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
get full.
Okay.
Okay, so for perhaps the first time ever, all of you work as a well-oiled machine. To anybody watching from the outside, it is a thing of beauty to see a party of this size just act without talking, without thinking. Grim, you let your lightning lure fly back, and you just burn across the Night Mother's neck as you pull that back to you, and you conjure this mage hand. As it forms, Mud and Anthrax just start boom, boom, wailing. Two large, powerful, muscled people just giving it their all. And the Night Mother, she blocks each hit that's come at her, but she's crumbling inward as at the force of these two powerhouse gladiators. From behind, Estrella steps up and reaches to the sky and then shoots her hand forward. And as she does, this wave of golden and purple energy just flows from her like a shockwave. And as it touches each of you, you feel it heal you. You feel reinvigorated and renewed. Kieran takes that energy and that healing and merges it with his soul stone, and you watch as he forms a flame that flattens into a disc that he hurls at the Night Mother. And you watch as Mud just kind of gives this uppercut right as this disc comes for her face, and it shears off part of her cheek and takes off one of her horns as it just cuts through this gem-like structure. Grim, your mage hand follows last, and you just, boom, hit into her, boom, and you step forward because she is literally falling backwards with every hit. Mud, Anthrax, and Grim are starting to hit as one. Boom! What did you do with Nim? Boom! Where is she? Boom! Answer me, bitch! Boom! And her edifice is starting to crack under each hit. Yasin, you move to a position where you can see everything from a different vantage point, and you are using every ounce of your fighter's instinct to see, is this having an effect? You are the captain of a ship, and you are watching those under your command, and you're asking, is this working? Oh, look at the little chubby boy. Look at the chubby boy. There's Roka's son.
That's the baby.
That is a baby hut if ever I saw one. And Yasin, here's what you notice. Every move that is being done, there is a subtle counter move that the Night Mother is doing. Every time a part of her body cracks, from your vantage point, you can see a subtle hand gesture, a symbol that she makes in the air, a waving of her hand at times, and you're watching these areas heal. There is a moment where from everyone's vantage point, they can't see past this mage hand, but you move to where you can, and even her horn has regrown back at this point. And you know none of this is having any effect on her. It's all superficial. Is there anything you want to do with this knowledge?
So is she? So she's healing herself as everyone's attacking her.
Correct.
What?
Wondering if she does. Am I able to? Would I be able to suss out if she is her hands like a part of like? Does she need to be doing this to make it work?
Yes, you know enough about mages, both from Grimm and Estrella, and just other mages you've encountered in your life, that what she's doing are invocations, gestures with her hands, that if she can't do those, the magic spell won't work.
All right. So I'm going to have Yasin just call out to everyone, including Keladri in the rafters. I was gonna say like, yeah, he's gonna go like Keladri's dead, but there are too many people here to list them all out. Like, everyone aim for the hands. Like, that's what I'm going to say. Just sum it all up.
Okay, everyone aim for the hand. I like it. Keladri is the first to break into action because she has been watching the whole time, and as you call out, aim for the hands, she sees the gestures that are happening. Her keen eye notices that, and she launches off of the raptors, falling 10 feet, easily something she can do. As she flips, she knocks 2 arrows at the same time and lets them both fly. Each of them has on it ensnaring strike. You watch one bind her hands and stick them to her body. The others bind around her ankles and lock her to the floor. Now, as Mud, Grim, and Anthrax continue to pound with their abilities, instead of moving backwards, she now bends back, unable to move at the feet. And now the cracks extend and become permanent because she can no longer use any invocation powers to heal herself mid-attacks. Everyone lets up for just a moment, seeing that she is trapped. And she slowly comes up from this incredibly odd angle. It looks like her back is just at a 90-degree angle with her legs straight down. It is inhuman. And she just rights herself with the most incredible ab strength ever. Just wah. And she stares at everyone. Nim is here. Nim is gone. Nim's always been gone. I swear ever since you first met her, that curse had her. Nim is me, and I am her, and we are they, and it doesn't matter, Grim, because I will kill you and have killed you and want to save you.
Nim, why'd you do this?
I didn't do it.
Gosh, make life difficult.
Well, while she's like in this position, can Kieran just start sprinting towards them and do like a slide? Because I want to get onto the other side of them.
Okay.
But I also want to pick up that horn that got severed before it disappears.
Ooh, I want you to make a dexterity roll with acrobats, athletics, whatever's higher for you. Give me your best roll there, and then also give me a sleight of hand roll.
A 17 and a 24. 17 on the dexterity, 24 on the sleight of hand.
Okay, cool. You rush forward as the Night Mother is talking and pontificating, and as everyone looks at her confused, you're acting. And you move around your allies and slide underneath these massive elbows because you watch as she's trying to work the vines, and as she breaks some, it re-snares and grows, and you just slide under her and grab this horn that's laying on the ground. As you touch it, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Damn it.
Every time. You make this fun. What'd you get?
That is wisdom save, so that's not bad. 8.
Okay, it's not terrible. Could be
4
a 1.
plus 4.
All right. Here's what happens to Kieran. As you touch the horn and get ready to store it, you feel your body separate from your soul for just a moment. And as you do, you see the Night Mother. And you also see this large creature that hangs over her like a shadow. It moves as she moves, almost as if it's being puppeted, or is her, or will become her. And you recognize this creature as the one that fought all of your friends in the Tavern of Realms. This giant 30-foot tall creature whose skin radiates like the sky in the tavern, whose horns raise high above its head, its faceless visage turning and moving and gesturing as the Night Mother talks. And you see this. And then for a moment, the creature separates from the Night Mother and turns to look at you. And it's as if your entire body is making an arc and your soul is slingshotting a little further out. And as you come in, it watches you and tracks your every movement in the spirit realm. And then you feel yourself drawn back into your body, and this visage of this creature is gone, and it's the Night Mother who's watching you slide around her as you grab her horn and pocket that safely.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do anything more in this moment? Any more questions?
Can I try to cast Dispel Magic on her?
What are you trying to do? Dispel Magic has a lot of different things. How are you focusing it? What are you
Yeah,
trying to-
I wanna focus it on Yasin said to focus on her hands.
Okay.
She's immobilized, but could Dispel Magic block her from using her hands to do magic temporarily?
It wouldn't block her from that. So Dispel Magic is literally, think of, there's a charm, a curse, something placed upon somebody that's a magical property, and you want to remove that magic from them. But as far as physical motion, Dispel Magic would have nothing to do with physical ability.
Okay.
But you could use Dispel Magic for other things. Grim,
Can I do an
Hey,
insight
let's-
or Arcana check on her?
you want to do an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
I didn't hear what Yasin said.
I said she's an old lady. Let's just push her over and leave.
She's not an old lady.
Not anymore.
She's not
She-
the other Night Mother.
Yeah, she is as young and vibrant as Nim was when Nim died. In fact, if you study her face, she looks an awful lot like Nim. And as you search your memories, you realize the whole time she's looked like Nim.
I got a 19.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw now.
Damn.
If you're gonna touch her, she's gonna touch you back.
I don't like that.
How is she touching her?
Through the force with Arcana.
Oh, okay.
Not dirty, Jess. Gosh.
I didn't mean it that way. I was thinking of what to do next. Just nasty.
17.
17. Okay. Here's what happens, and then Estrella, I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
You move forward, drop your mage hand, and extend yourself through the force, through the arcana, through all of your magical abilities, and you are trying to suss out her spells, her abilities, her presence. And you find that there is no barrier, no wall that keeps you out. In fact, it's almost a vortex that is drawing you in. And you quickly realize that touching her in this magical space is a trap. And you root yourself to the ground, forming two large spears that you just sort of jab into the ground. And in your mind's eye, you are face to face with a black hole, a maw of energy swirling and moving, and you are right on the precipice, holding yourself back. But you can stare into it. And as you do, you see 3 people inside of the vortex. They're almost floating together at its center. One of them is Pain, this green emerald body being forced open, his arms spread wide as he's trapped, chained to the sides of this vortex. Another one is the Night Mother. As you see her now, and right behind her is Nim. And for a second, Nim and the Night Mother turn to look at you at the same time. And right at the moment as Nim is about to say something, you feel a wall come up and you're able to throw yourself back. You receive no damage from any of this. But what you saw was the extent of her power, which to you is a fathomless black hole. It's like a power you've never seen before. But in the center of it, you see the three people who made up the curse. The Night Mother, Pain, and Nimriani Sakuv.
So quick, did I did I sense anything like if you go in there you can't come back out or anything
That's
like a
your-
feeling?
Oh yeah, your wisdom saving throw, you feel like a black hole. You feel as if you're trapped. If you wouldn't have saved yourself, that if your wisdom saving throw would have been lower, you might have tipped over the edge. And in your current state, you're not sure if you could have gotten out. It took everything you had to keep yourself on the edge. That is as much as you know right now. You don't understand her power. You only know that it's vast. Estrella. What would you like
Okay,
to do?
I'm gonna try something.
Yeah, let's have it. Let's do it.
Try to cast a magic circle around her to contain her so we can figure out what to do.
Okay.
She has to beat a charisma of 14. Charisma saving 14.
Let's see here if she does. For shits and giggles. She does not.
Okay, cool. She's in a big ass cylinder right now.
All right.
Okay. So we
Okay.
can't touch her, correct?
So here's what happened. Did you tell Mud and Anthrax this so they don't get trapped with her?
Yeah, I'll yell it out before I do it.
I don't care. But
Let me not kill just a second.
not yet.
Do you move back, Mud?
Just enough.
Okay.
Just enough.
Anthrax looks at you and
Oh,
uses Mud's leadership in this. Again, being the lead champion, Anthrax immediately falls into battle strategy mode, and he looks at Mud and steps back with her, and the two of you match footsteps. And as the two of you stop, this golden circle comes from the floor to the ceiling and envelops the Night Mother just tight enough that as she frees her arms from the ensnaring strike, she hits against this barrier and stops and sort of touches it and moves her arms back and forth. Oh, Estrella, you managed to capture me. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. You go, girl. Yes, go to hell, Estrella.
Oh shit!
Patricia stepped into the light.
Dang.
The Night Mother starts to scratch at the
Oh,
barrier rhythmically. Zoom, zoom, zoom. You must have had some sort of a plan, otherwise I would not be in this predicament. Tell me, what do you plan to do? What have you done? What do you want to do?
Does this cylinder have like a damage rate on it? Like, just curious.
no. No, it doesn't. They can't teleport. And they have disadvantage on attack rolls when they're in it, but it doesn't like do any damage.
Okay. Cool. I don't know what to do yet.
And spells go through this cylinder? Like, can we use spells through it?
Yes, you can use spells through it, you can attack through it. She just has disadvantage with whatever she chooses to do. She's trapped in kind of like an enfeebling, ray of energy, if you will. She can still do things, but not well. So she's treating it as a kind of prison right now and just enjoying herself.
Oh.
Would I be stepping out of order if I wanted to use dissonant whispers to almost cloud her mind to the point where she, with a goal of I want to reach whatever force is behind this connection to almost weaken it to a point of revealing for even a moment, so I can tell everybody and show everybody what we're dealing with.
Hold up, is the cylinder metal?
No, it's energy.
It's energy.
Oh. Scratch
I know
that.
what you're trying to do. Good try, though. Good try. You've been trying to shock the shit out of her. I like it. Yes, you can do that. Go ahead and roll for your dissonant whispers.
16.
16, cool. Make a wisdom saving throw. Would anybody
God,
else
I've never.
Does anybody else want to piggyback on Kieran's move? You can all do something at once if you choose. Be
What is
gods in this
he
moment.
searching for?
He's searching for a way to reveal what he sees, what he knows with the Night Mother. He's trying to separate this creature, cloud its vision and judgment for a second.
Can I see if I can remember anything else, I guess, from the past about her?
Roll history.
I got an 11 on my wisdom save.
Okay, that's better than your 8 that you did last time, so hey.
I know, but it's
I know, right? You can't breach that 10 that way.
a struggle.
It's all good. It's
So
all good.
I could touch her.
It's always the wisdom saves with Kieran.
Okay, then Mud would like to rage.
Okay. Which form do you choose?
Claws.
Claws. Okay.
And I want to create my claws.
All right. As Kieran readies his dissonant whispers and Grim starts to steady and kind of reach out in her presence with magic and energy, you all hear this roar come from Mud. And it starts off as a woman's roar and turns into an animal. This deep and you hear her scream in rage, and her hands start to develop scales and fur. Her fingers elongate and crack, and you can hear the bones just kind of as these talons form on her fingers. These scales move through her shoulders and arms as she is, wearing a kind of a tanky sort of a thing underneath her coat, and you see just this almost like another creature's arms on hers, and she hunches over and just and she is using one of her 3 beast transitions that she can do with her rage. She's a barbarian, but she's taken path of the beast, and as such has merged with her more animalistic sides. What would you like to do with your claws?
I was hoping to wait for what they were doing to react.
You
Sorry.
can. So you want to see what happens with her first before you do a thing?
Yes, I still want to be in range, but yes.
You're in range.
Yes.
You take a couple steps forward into this column of light, and your scales that you have start to reflect the light, and you just kind of ding, 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 and you kind of see that as you move forward. And the Night Mother stares at you and she smiles. She goes, "Oh shit! I forgot you could do that, love." Kieran, as you throw out this energy from you, this dissonant whisper magic, you come face to face with the same maw that Grim just saw, this enveloping vortex, and within it you can see the three figures in there of Nim, the Night Mother, and Pain, whom you recognize as clear as day. But unlike Grim, you form nothing to hold yourself in place, and you feel yourself start to get dragged forward. And in this moment, you focus on your task of separating the visages of the forms of this Night Mother. As all of you watch, you see Kieran start to lift onto the tips of his toes and slide forward as if he's being sucked into some invisible vortex as he gets closer to the Night Mother. As you watch, the Night Mother starts to move and shift and bleed and blur as her body starts to separate between the Night Mother, Nim, and this large 30-foot creature that looms above everything. And for a moment, everyone in the room can see the Night Mother moving. Above and just behind her, Nim, looking down on her like some sort of disembodied angel. And above them all, this giant satanic creature that looms with his claws, ready to envelop them both.
Is he directly in front of her?
No, he's directly behind her.
He's directly behind her.
He's behind her and 30 feet tall. He is...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Kieran.
Oh, no, Kieran is behind everybody and just kind of being dragged forward.
Yasin's gonna try to like turn around and stop Kieran.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
No, stay away.
Add your strength to it as well.
Like my saving modifier for my strength?
Yep.
Okay. So 26.
Nice. Kieran, you step up, or rather, Yasin, you step up to Kieran, and you put a hand, and you just sort of, it's almost like a mother when a car stops, that just, boom, that arm just kind of comes out to stop him. In your other hand, you have your Dark Tide scimitar. The minute you touch him, you see the vortex. You are drawn into Kieran's world and vision, and you take your scimitar and just flip it, boom, and dig it into the ground. And it is solid. And you grab Kieran, flip so that you can grab his arm as he's getting pulled, and you just Captain America the shit out of this as you hold Kieran against the strength of the vortex with your Dark Tide scimitar as your anchor. And you save Kieran from falling over the edge of an abyss that none of us know what the hell it's going to do. So hope none of you fall into it, because I have to figure that shit out on the fly. But
I was going to say, what if I dive into it?
What you please don't.
Oh, now I'm curious.
It won't be pretty. I promise you it will not be pretty.
But Nim's in there.
But Nim is in there. She... As Kieran pulls and flexes and just gets a little bicep pop, boom, pulls Kieran back, and instantly, Kieran, you are in your own body, in the space in Nar Shaddaa, in this treasure chamber, and you stare up to see this dark 30-foot tall creature, Nim, and the Night Mother. And as you try to hold that, you watch as they all slowly form together and become one creature again. And the Night Mother shakes her head and stares at you. And she goes, "Interesting. We've met before, haven't we? Or will meet, or have met? I don't know. I wonder if I can change time. And she stares at you and she goes, die. And she uses power word kill on
my God.
Kira. Any
Oh my
creature
God.
under 100 HP will die.
Oh, okay. Oh Lord.
And
Hold on.
Kieran just instantly, you all hear her as she says it, and Kieran's body just turns limp in Yasin's arm and slumps over. Yasin catches him, but he just feels dead weight as Kieran literally dies in front of all of you.
Everything
wanna-
that blood was holding back just kind of like coils and releases, and her hands automatically go around the Night Mother's throat, and then the claws just start to try to sink into it.
You do.
I'm
You-
gonna
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab Kieran and cast Spare the Dying for the second time, Kieran. I'm gonna spare dying Kieran.
So glad we have Estrella. That's all I gotta say.
I believe this is the last time she can do that.
It's a cantrip.
Ah, it's a cantrip. Interesting.
Whoa.
I'll just keep bringing all y'all back. Let's go.
Fascinating. You rush to Kieran's side and touch him, and Kieran, and he breathes in as he just can't stop dying for some reason.
I'm gonna look at him like,
Grim is like, really?
can you not for like 5 seconds?
I have a personal relationship with death.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, right.
Not yet though.
In this moment, you feel something shift in the air. A wind blows in, but there are no windows. You're all below ground. And yet you can feel it. Mud, you feel it the strongest because the wind is the energy emanating from the Night Mother. You sink your claws into her throat and you break chunks of gem off of her and just dig deep into her, and she doesn't wheeze or cough. She stares at you and you just hear the faintest whisper, "Atta girl." And you feel a hand on your throat. Anthrax rushes in, but as a hand grabs him, the bindings around her legs break. And she walks through this barrier. As her body touches it, it dissolves and flickers. As she squeezes Mud and Anthrax, she lets them drop to the ground with a thud. She looks at Estrella, and for the second time casts Power Word Kill. And Estrella drops dead.
Can I cast Spare?
No.
You're stunning yourself.
Where I have a question real quick.
Yes.
Where did the stone go though from Nim?
That's what I was about to ask you.
The stone, it was right under the Night Mother's body. And as she walks forward, it's left behind on the ground. It doesn't have a glow, it's just a green gem now. Mud and Anthrax are the closest to it. She continues to walk forward. She looks at Yasin and casts Power Word Stun. Yasin cannot move. His body is trapped in place. She looks at you, Grim, and goes, You need a lesson, dearie. Magic always comes with a price. Enjoy. And she casts power word pain on you. Your body is racked in an immeasurable amount of pain. Your eyes start to roll towards the back of your head as your mouth opens in a scream that your vocal cords can't even make. The pain is so much that you are rooted in place. She continues walking past the group. I needed to stretch. Thank you. I've learned something about myself. I'm not who I am yet, but I will be who I was in time. And she makes her way towards the portal. Before she moves up, she turns to look at the party. And for those of you who aren't dead or incapacitated, you can turn and see tears streaming down her face. And you hear her whisper, "Let them live." And a wave of energy washes from the Night Mother's body as she casts one last power word. Power word heal. All of you instantly feel your life restored to full. Every status ailment, everything done against you is lifted.
Including funny
Life
bone.
breathes into Estrella as she comes to full HP. And for a moment you all turn and look, and the eyes blink on the Night Mother, and you can see Nim's eyes. And she goes, "Don't follow me. I can't stop her. And I will always protect you. I love you bastards. Don't fucking die." And her eyes blink. And the Night Mother stares at you, confused. And she moves like she wants to go forward, but instead she lifts off the ground and back to where the machine is in the portal that is held open. And you watch her back up slowly, eyes fixed on you all. And she walks through the portal and is gone. Anthrax holds tightly to Roka's child and sobs. He doesn't know what else to do. But you listen to him whisper, "I'll keep you safe. I'll be your daddy. We'll get through this, I promise." Mud, you are the closest to the stone that you know Nim held for 10 years. You know as much about the curse as she told you, which was pretty much everything. Yes, Grim.
I know she's closer, but can I nab that?
You'd have to fight Mud for it if she wants it as well.
I do want it.
Okay.
I want it.
I want the two of you to use your highest ability, Arcana, Athletics, Acrobatics, Strength, whatever your highest ability is, use that and roll against each other.
One of my highest is intimidation, by the way.
That's
23.
hmm?
And mine is deception.
Fascinating. Ooh, intimidation versus deception. Ooh, this is fun. All right. I want you to both message me privately your numbers. So there is no vocal cheating. Nobody goes first and makes a number higher than the other. Because it can happen. Because I might cheat in my other games. So,
You just ratted your ass out.
Hey, when I'm the player, shit, I'm gonna do everything I can to keep myself alive. I'll fudge some rolls. I'll be fudging
Not
some
all
rolls.
of them, just some of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I've got. Okay. Here's what happens. Grim, you make to move for the crystal first. You walk forward steadily, and Mud makes eye contact with you and rises to her full height, claws still flexing in her hands. And she stares you down and blocks your path. And in that moment, as the two of you face off, literally playing chicken with each other, you move around her, but she still is staring into your eyes. As you reach down and pick up the stone, Mud hears the clink of it as the metal touches the gem. And she realizes that she's been staring into an image of you, not the real you. You used your thaumaturgy to create a second form that blocked your real movements. Through deception, you narrowly beat Mud's intimidation, and as she turns, she sees you grab the stone and put it away. It was a 21 to 24. That was tight.
Yeah.
Well done.
So I'm gonna use that again. I like that a lot. I never thought to use Thaumaturgy like that.
Like Shadow
It's-
Clone Jutsu.
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Yes, I'm using that all the time now.
It is me helping you all to think outside the box.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
just never thought that I could actually make that, but it makes sense. I can control the
You
stuff.
can control shape, sound,
Yeah.
color,
Especially shadows would work.
and shadows.
It makes sense since you're so familiar with how you look that you would be able to recreate that.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, something I will be doing more often as a DM is allowing you to use your strongest roles in situations that don't necessarily make quote unquote by the book sense.
Yeah.
It was intimidation versus deception to see who picked up the stone. I could have used sleight of hand, but that's no fun.
Yeah, because everybody's is different.
Yep.
But
Like I could have negative sleight of hand.
crap, I missed my highest one.
What was your highest one?
A 9, a plus freaking 9 to athletics.
Oh,
What did you use then?
I could have used acrobatics, intimidation, or persuasion. Those are like all +6. So I
You
used,
used to.
and I did not see that my athletics.
3 more you would have tied her if you would use in athletics, and then we would have had fun.
It's okay,
Yeah,
next time.
because I had a +8. That's the only reason I got that high.
Next time.
Ooh, spicy people, spicy. Okay, so Grim has the gem now.
It's okay.
As you picked up the gem, Grim, it is cold. It doesn't radiate any magic any longer. It is dead for all intents and purposes. It just feels like a normal rock to you, because you know what it felt like before. You know the soul and the presence that you could feel, and that presence is 100% gone. But you do have the gem.
Ooh. Okay.
Now, what would the party like to do? And to give you all a little encouragement, you start to notice a rumble in the ground. And as you all stand and brush the dust and blood and sweat off of you, and for Kieran, little bits of rock, you you all feel it get stronger. And Quirk comes over the edge of the kind of second story area where the machine is whirring. It won't hold. It is going to explode any moment.
Who are
Do
the two
we
closest
have
people?
any of the instruments?
You have the thing,
We have the horn that he was playing.
yep,
And then gave it to you.
yeah, and I believe
Oh yeah.
Estrella has the mandolin,
or the lyre,
the from Hyrule.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the two of you have those.
Who are the two closest people to me?
The closest people to you now would be Yasin and Kieran, as they were the ones being kind of drugged forward towards.
Okay,
No.
Where's
Grim and Kieran. Sorry, Grim and Kieran.
Grim and Kieran?
Yeah, because Grim just walked past you.
Grim right now.
Isn't Estrella like right near me because she just healed me and then she died? You know, the whole death thing.
Yeah, no, you all kind of in a little group, except Keldry, who's kind of the furthest back. The rest of you in like a little pack.
I'm going to give out a very disgruntled, like, you know, because you want to get that. And I'm going to literally pick up Estrella and Kieran,
Ooh,
like just literally one in each arm,
okay.
and I am going to go for the portal.
Okay. Do either of you want to resist? You can. It'll be a strength roll against her. Or do you want to just be carried in her strong biceps up to the portal?
Oh, I'm being carried. I just died.
I'll just be-
Lovingly
Then
carried. I guess.
Estrella just sort of like nestles into the bicep and kind of just grips onto it like a little baby koala.
Kieran's just like, I'm so tired of dying.
He's just kind of flop, 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 flop.
I'm just gonna start bounding. I'm just gonna kind of look at Yasin like, "Are you coming?" sort of thing. Like no words, just looking at you like that. And I'm gonna start bounding towards the portal.
As you do, you see Quirk just kind of, and she's kind of fluttering and flapping by the portal, and she dives in. The palace is starting to shake harder as now bits of rubble and mortar are trying to and crack around.
As I run by Anthrax, I want to just like kind of growl, "Get out!" And
And Anthrax looks at you and he just, yeah. And you just see him turn and he leaves through one of the exits into Nar Shaddaa proper. And in that moment, Anthrax just gives everybody one last look, holds baby Hut tight, pat, and just runs out of the space.
little Arden.
little Auden, little chunk butt, and off he goes. And that is the last time the party will see Anthrax for now. Mud, do you just dive into the portal?
Yep.
In you go.
With my two peoples.
That
It'd be worse.
And you just all hear Kieran say that as his head passes through the portal.
It could be worse.
Yep, and he just sucks in. That leaves Grim, Keldry, and Yasin.
I'm pretty sure Keldry would be attracted to the fact that her bounty just ran into the portal. So,
and Keldry kind of looks at Yasin and just kind of gives him that, like, I'm not letting Kieran out of my sight, that expression. and just runs, and you watch her do a few flips as she scales this small wall up to the second floor, and she passes through the portal. Grim and Yasin, you're the last two left as this palace treasury starts to collapse around you. What would the two of you like to do?
We strike out on our own.
We leave the group together and run away.
I'd do it. I'd play it, but I wouldn't recommend it. But y'all do whatever you want.
No. Can I look around the room? Sorry.
Yeah, you can look around the room.
Do I see anything special or in particular? Any good weapons?
You already got the rock, Grim.
No.
If you're looking for a weapon, the most powerful weapon left in this room is the lightsaber of Kiva Las.
I was hoping you'd say that.
You notice his dead body just crumpled in the middle of the stage. And behind him is his lightsaber.
I want to snap it and run to the portal with hopefully Austin.
Yasin, are you
No,
following?
Yasin's like,
I and steal the lightsaber. No. Kiva Loss's body for. Does he have anything else on him?
Loot his corpse.
Loot his corpse.
Take his...
the two looters, we're just like, bah.
What you notice on Kiva Lass's body that's the most interesting to you is what he took off before he became incredibly fast and even more powerful. And that's his weighted cloak and his shoulder pauldrons that he was wearing. As you examine his body in those, they have not only extremely good armor, but as a fighter, you know that you could probably take his method of combat and use these to train, to become faster and stronger. That if you ever chose to take them off, your speed would double.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
He said that sounds good.
Take that.
All right, so do you take them and like put them on real quick, or do you just like grab them and run?
I grab him and run.
Grab and run. As you pick them up, you kind of you grunt a bit as they're heavy, and you you kind of will your muscles and force yourself through the portal. But you now have Kiva Lass's weighted armor, and this will give you the benefits that I told you. Wear it long enough, train with it. You will be able to increase your speed and increase your strength because of it.
It's like gravity times 100.
Grim, you now have acquired the lightsaber of the Dark Lord of the Sith, Kiva Lass, with all of the stats that it comes with, which I can send to you and create that lightsaber for you. I will tell you both that these items, you can either keep them as is, as in, I'm just going to put on this cloak and wear these pauldrons and add it to my look. I'm just going to swing this lightsaber as a secondary weapon. You can do that, and it'll be cool and badass. Or you can find ways to incorporate them into something different. If Yasin wanted to turn that cloak into a vest or something that he'd wear, or add it to his jacket or whatnot, like there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Same for the lightsaber. The lightsaber could be incorporated into your scythe as a part of it. It could be incorporate into your axe, like whatever you want to do with it. You can give it to somebody else and they can incorporate it into a weapon. So just things to think about. You don't have to keep it as it is.
Man, the seamstress in me is like, Yasin, you can have like this double-breasted vest with like tails and like I'm going all captain with it.
Just whatever you
Technically,
do, take it off easily, because that's where your strength and power will come in.
It's just like Velcro though. It's
Yeah,
like,
that
no.
Goku moment, or like Piccolo, where you just drop that shit and go, boom, bitch, I'm stronger. Let's go.
Kieran also does have experience handling kyber crystals if you want it to be customized.
Yep, absolutely.
So he could have like, you can have the lightsaber that like
just Swiss Army knife.
Oh, buddy.
So, all of you pass through the portal. Yasin, the last to go in, struggle bussing as he holds this heavy shit, but feeling a nice burn in his thighs of like, oh yeah, it's already working. And he makes it as he makes it through the portal.
Come here.
All of you feel yourselves become weightless.
That's a big thing for Mud.
The world goes black, and you don't feel yourself moving or going anywhere. It's not like when you would travel to the Tavern of Realms where you would feel as if you're going through a tunnel, being transported at light speed and arriving in a new destination. For now, you're all in just a pitch black world. Slowly, you blink. And as you blink, you see stars. You blink again, and you can see blue ribbons of light, then purples and pinks, reds and greens. And almost as if someone was turning on different lights, the world becomes clear to you. And you are in what you think is the Tavern of Realms. The sky looks the same. The ground looks the same. This solid gray stone that extends out in all directions. But as you turn and look, you don't see the tavern anywhere. Instead, you see portals start to appear, slowly, as if spotlights were on them. These portals take on the characteristics of different realms, being made of stone or fire, water or air, metal
Everything
and machinery,
good.
crystals and light. And that's what you guys see in the sky above you right there, just a little what. And as you stare longer, other creatures start to appear in this space with you. Large, monstrous deities made of rock, fire, water, and air. These elemental beings surround you. Upon their bodies, they wear armor, laden with gold and silver, chains that adorn them, jewels embedded. The craftsmanship is exquisite. And these creatures stare down at you all and speak as one. State your purpose.
I guess. Can we tell which realm, if there was like the Tavern of Realms portal?
Not directly, no.
Okay. I guess we're seeking refuge from where we just came from.
Refuge. Where do you hail from?
That is complicated.
Keladrin steps forward in this moment, and being the one most familiar with the world, calls out, "From Nar Shaddaa. We just left Nar Shaddaa. That is where we hail from." Lies. You do not hail from Nar Shaddaa. Where are you from?
Can I get out of the being held like a
I was about to
job?
I was about
Having flashbacks of my life as a cat, I'm gonna be like,
if Estrella is still in Mud's arms, she does feel like a growl just like vibrating Mud's chest though. Like she's not happy with what's going on.
I'm gonna disconnect and kind of like step forward.
Yep.
And say that we hail from the Tavern of Realms. We were sent on a quest by Thonis.
And you feel 4 gusts of wind upon your bodies as this creature made of 4 sighs. You can feel the heat of fire, the mist of water, the autumn smell of air, and the earthy dirt as it falls and swirls around your bodies, right as you mention the name Thonis. The tavern. Yes. You are telling part of the truth. We know this realm. We are next to it and within it. But that is not where you are from. Do not lie again or hide the full truth. Where are you from?
Mud takes a step forward and just says, Faerun.
Truth, Goliath. You are from Faerun. And they all turn to look at the rest of you, and you feel their eyes fall upon you.
Faerun.
Yes, tiefling. From the wilds of Faerun. And again, Keladri steps up. I am also from Faerun, from the Fey Woods. Yes, tiefling sister, you are.
I'll chime in next. From the future, from the past, from the mountain of souls, from basalt.
Yes, basalt. The land tore from time. You speak truth. I'm trying really hard to think of your species right now. Damn it.
Genasi.
Genasi. Two more have yet to speak.
Well, is Quark here?
Quark
yeah.
is not here.
Oh.
She's not here. Yasin, you were saying something, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh, well, I was reacting to the fact that Quirk's not here. I guess I'm going. Yeah, Yasin kind of like puts down the armor stuff for a second, and does like pulls out the scimitar and does kind of like the form he had before with Kieran.
Yep.
Like Captain Yasin Driftwood from the seas of Faerun.
Nice.
You go.
Truth, Eugene. We have seen you sail. I'm sorry, not Eugene. Maurice. That's
I
right.
was gonna say Eugene.
Sorry, Maurice. I'm sorry.
Eugene
Give me a break.
Fitzherbert.
Maurice.
And you.
Estrella's just in Mud's arms still. Just I'm from Faerun too. Hi.
Just sleepy. Like,
Hi. I just died. I'm from Faerun too.
Yes, half-elf sister, you are. You all speak truth. We are Kronos, Lord of Time. You see us as we appear in your realms, gods of the elements, one and many. This is the Chamber of Portals, leading to many of the realms you spoke of, and more. You, Kieran, you spoke of Thornis. Why do you invoke his name here?
He summoned us on a quest. And I'll kind of like open my mind in such a way to almost like show the like memory of what I saw and how it ended. It ended poorly where I come from.
As you
And-
open, I'm sorry,
ahead,
just a
go ahead,
slight
go ahead.
interruption. As you open your mind, above a portal that looks as if it is made of metal and clockwork pieces, a large ball on the top that rotates back and forth like a globe. Above it, you see, or rather everybody else sees, what Kieran is showing Kronos. And the image that you all witnessed, minus Keldry, for this is new to her, you all see the final battle at the Tavern of Realms. You see Mud standing there, but not your Mud exactly. She's dressed differently. Her hair is different. But Mud, you recognize the others of the party that you had traveled with to Nar Shaddaa. You see Harmony and the others. And you watch them die, one at a time, all making a way for Kieran to travel through the portal that led him to be with the others. You also see versions of Estrella and Grim and Yasin, older, more powerful, and also dying. What you all now notice that you didn't before is Nim is not in that fight. And now you all know why. Kieran, you're going to continue.
Sorry, my memories are quite haunting. I no longer fear death, but I fear the anticipation of what steps we are taking, and that this might be our true future once again, and we are trying to escape that. Thaunis was an avenue to solving this problem. As you can see, the realms colliding.
We know much of Thaunis and his efforts. And we have watched you all die. What we did not know was whether you would make it here. This has not happened before. Mud, you are not that woman in his memories. And yet you know Kieran. Yes.
Yes.
What happened in your timeline?
I still watched those people. She's talking about Harmony and the others die. But they never made it out of Narshada.
The divergence. Time is fluid. The future is not set in stone. But it should not diverge like this. Time is breaking. What do you all want? What do you desire? What is your truth?
I suppose to stop time from breaking everything, essentially.
And yet you harbor confusion about your father and the Night Mother. Is this your truth?
Sure, yes.
Kieran, what do you desire?
I have many mistakes in my life. I just wish to correct them.
Estrella, you have beaten the plague that so consumed your life. What purpose do you have now?
That's existential, to make sure my friends don't die anymore.
Mud, why do you still fight?
To avenge my friend.
Yasin, back in your realm you could be an admiral. You would have a fleet at your command. Why are you here?
It's hard to be an admiral if if the universe isn't around you. So it's worth fighting for.
Keladri, what is your truth? And Keladri stares at these four entities, and she wants to say more, but instead looks at Kieran. I can't let the bounty out of my sight. And you feel this sigh from the four creatures, and you feel the wind swirl around you again. So be it. You have this one chance to ask the Lord of Time 3 questions. You have all answered truthfully. So shall we. You now have an opportunity to ask a god 3 questions. Any 3 questions you wish, but only 3. You may talk amongst yourselves, you can confer. Only when you address him by Kronos and ask a question, will it be considered one of the questions you ask? Otherwise, you can just tell each other, what if we ask this? What if we ask that?
Huddle
He's
around.
not going to trick you. He's not going to trick you.
Should we ask him if we can trust Thomas and if we should finish this
You
mission?
read my mind.
Oh,
That's
bitch.
exactly. I was like, we need to know about fondness and.
Oh.
What's
The way Melissa was, she's like, okay, share circle. Let's go.
Yes, that's pretty much what I was like, okay, I have an idea. I didn't know if anybody else is gonna think of it. Obviously, multiple
All right.
people.
I think that'll
Is
be
that
a good
the
first question.
consensus? Everyone wants to. Okay, so who wants to ask the question? Just blurt it out. All right.
No, I was just raising my hand as in like,
Oh,
yes, I agree.
who would like to ask it? Like, who
Oh.
wants to ask Kronos?
I'll ask again.
Okay, go ahead.
Unless you guys want to ask the other two that had this idea. You want to do it
No.
now? No.
Ask your question.
Ask.
Go for it.
Okay, real quick.
Yep.
What are we asking about? Like, we're asking, can we trust Thomas?
I'm going to try to word it in a way that I get more than just.
Yes or no?
Can we trust
Okay.
him?
All right, cool.
I'm going to.
Sure.
I guess I'm going to ask. Hold on, let me
Yep.
phrase this correctly.
Remember to
I
say-
know Chris, and if
Make-
I do not word this just right, he will
Make
give me
sure
some bullshit answer.
Make sure to say Kronos first, so he knows. Like,
I know. That's why I haven't said anything. Damn, I'm trying to. Okay. Is Thomas? No. Can we trust Thomas?
Can we? Should we?
What's the deal with Thomas?
You can word it like that.
What's up with that?
No, because that's too broad, and you'll give me something. I know Chris too well.
Man, I love this. 32 games later, and you're all like, I can't trust what he says. Shit, I got a monkey paw this bitch. Let's get him in there. Let's go.
We need to extract as much information as we can out of
Yeah.
Chris now so that we can survive the next what is to come.
Maybe the question is, how can we trust Thomas? Why can we?
No.
How
What if we
do
ask
trust Thomas, and what are his intents? Would that be considered one or two, though?
2. As a DM, I'll say if you put an
See?
and in there, that's 2 questions.
I'm trying to word it so it's one.
Is Thomas telling us the complete truth?
Can we trust Thomas's intent? There you go. Like the whole. I don't know.
Can we trust Honest?
Just,
No.
period.
Period. I mean, he could say yes. You can trust him. That's your choice.
I will give you all a hint as the DM playing nice, since you're asking a god 3 questions. Try not to ask a question that has a yes or no answer, because
I
they will
know.
say yes or no.
That's why I said we can't just ask him. Can we trust him? He'd be like, yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I should or shouldn't we trust Thomas?
Maybe the question shouldn't be, can we trust him? Maybe we should ask about his history.
We don't want all 3 of our questions to necessarily be about Thomas.
Well, I
No.
know. Instead of asking if we can trust him, we'll learn if we can trust him from history.
But history
Oh.
might not, like, he might have done something in the past that might not reflect the.
That's
I
for
don't
us to decide. I mean, we can always use another question, but he can always say we can trust him or not.
All right, I need a question to
I
move
know.
the
Kronos,
discussion along.
reveal the true intentions of Thomas.
Ooh, Kieran just steps up as everybody is debating and arguing back and forth, and just Kieran steps up with this question. You feel this and this sigh. Thonis seeks to undo that which nature has put in place. For once the darkness ruled throughout time and space. But we evolved past the darkness into the light, and he refuses to let the light live. Ask your second question.
Technically, he didn't say
Refuses to let
Chronos.
the light live.
Well worded with the intent. I tried to be vague with it, but it's kind of hard to. You narrowed me in a corner there. So you learn Faunus is trying to resurrect the way the world was when darkness ruled, when his people could go free. Remember, you know his journal and you know his history from Hyrule. And that was there was a time when creatures lived in the darkness, his family. And as the light appeared, which was the light of galaxies and suns being born, his people were dying. And they erected a home to protect their last son, Faunus. But Kronos told you that he refused to evolve, to change. That is the clue in what Kronos says.
Maybe our next question should be, what will happen if he succeeds?
You said what will happen if we leave?
If he succeeds.
Oh, if he succeeds. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's pretty evident that like he wants it to return to the darkness. Maybe we ask what that darkness truly means.
Or something about Chronos
Or would it
not
be
changing.
Or should we ask if there's a way for the light and the dark to coexist?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I
What
don't.
do we get?
We
what
get
do we get
3.
after
So,
that?
Is that the consensus on the second question?
what was
If
the
you
one
like-
that Kieran said?
I revealed his true intentions. He wants to return the world to the way that it is, which was where creatures lived in darkness. And then the clue kind of points to Kronos wanting to not be a part of that. So they're on opposing sides. So therefore, I think that Kronos is good. Faunus is evil, posing as good. Maybe let's think.
I do want to know kind of the answer to what Eli asked.
Okay.
So can they coexist? Do we all agree on that though?
Kieran, Mud?
Estrella?
Oh, she's in the restroom. She'll be right back.
Estrella, pee faster.
Well, the two of you would make him.
Yeah.
Okay, so and Kieran,
I barged in on the question, so I don't have really a vote. So I would say whatever you guys think is best.
He's like, I already
fair
took
enough.
the
Who
first.
wants to ask the question? Yasin, would you like to ask it?
Yes, I'll ask. Kronos, is there a way for light and dark to coexist?
There is always a way to have balance. Light and dark exist now. There is day and there is night. But Faunus's darkness is not night, but the absence of light. For Faunus to have balance, he must change, or he will be forever trapped in his realm.
Oh.
Ask your final question.
So maybe it should be, how can we change Faunus?
I have a question
Or
for
how
the
can we
group,
get
not for Kronos yet. So you know how he said when we look into the Night Mother,
Hmm.
It looked just like the Tavern of Realms. Should we ask something about that?
You're talking about like the connection between Thaunis and the Night Mother?
Yeah,
Getting
like
more
what
insight on that?
exactly they hold purpose to each other, kind of thing, and how, or
Well,
like how they're
honestly,
connected, I guess.
I
well,
thought they were related. Like,
yeah, he just revealed they just revealed that Thaunis would be trapped in his realm. So that means that somebody maybe put him there.
yeah, his parents.
And
Yes,
if
his family did because he's shielded by them.
Yeah,
gotcha, but is it a shield or is it a cage?
It's
'Cause that's
both.
what
So I will reveal what you all should remember, but may not, because you all do know
Mhm.
this information. When you read his journal, you know that his family put a protective barrier around him because when light touches their bodies, or the light of creation, the light of souls and birth, they die. Like it just consumes them, and that's what they know. They know that they are consumed by the light, and so they put him in a protective shell made of their bodies. It is a cage, it's a prison as much as it is protection, because if Thaunis leaves it, he believes he will die. That's what he knows that's what you know of him from the journal.
And from what I'm guessing, every time we give him power back, that shield cracks a little bit.
it cracks. I thought it gave
Well,
him.
there's cracks in the sky. This is me like.
Oh,
we could ask what happens if
I guess we could just ask about the cracks.
Well, you know from the cracks that, according to Thaunis, they are the realms merging.
Yeah.
He's trying to prevent. But
Yeah.
you know now that he's also a creature that exists in darkness.
Mhm.
And so perhaps I'm trying to help you guys out without giving you too much, but just tell you what you remember, what you've learned throughout this journey.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember 32 games.
Yeah.
You know that Nim knows and told all of you what she saw when Thaunis absorbed the first instrument that you gave him, the only instrument you've given him, the one from Faerun.
He experienced something with his mother again.
He did. He was enveloped by her presence.
He's trying to bring back his people at the same time as breaking himself out and creating darkness.
well, of course he's trying to make it the way that it was, but
Right.
what is that really?
So who is in control of the cracks then? The Night Mother?
Well, I believe that he said a long time ago that he was trying to control the cracks, and that's why we were giving him power back. But that doesn't necessarily mean he was telling the truth, because when I saw him, well, Nim saw him use the magic.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw him absorb it, and then she saw a
Mother
echo
figure.
of his mother. Yeah.
I remember that. I don't know, guys. You come up with it and ask the question.
I'm
Speak.
leaning towards wondering what's gonna happen with Nim.
What's gonna happen with what?
Nim,
Nim?
the Night Mother. Yeah.
I mean, that's
I mean, that's me selfishly.
Shut up, Mud. Harley, you're just too fresh. Get out of here.
Mud wants to know what happened to our friend.
Salty at you.
So should we ask if there's a way to deal with our Night Mother problem, as it's the most
prevalent?
pressing?
Like, how do we defeat her? And how?
What if we ask, do the Night Mother and Thaunis have weaknesses or something along those lines? Like,
That is a yes or no question.
yeah,
It's
that's
your
why I'm
wonder.
like rephrasing.
It would have to be, what are the weaknesses of the Night Mother and Thaunis?
Well,
Well, Anne found this
It
is
would
like
be do
Yeah.
they have, yes, okay. Go.
This is a hard one.
Rock, paper, scissors out. I don't know.
Captain Yawson, make a
Roll
decision
easy.
for us.
There is a way to word the question to answer multiple questions you all are throwing around, which is swirling around the maw that Kieran,
how do
Grim.
we fix this?
How do we?
I guess.
Should
Essentially.
we?
How
Should
do
ask-
we beat
should
them?
we ask-
How do we stop
How do
them?
we
What if
succeed?
this vision I just showed?
Yes.
Like I'm not gonna ask this like to them just quite yet, but like this vision that we showed, how do we prevent that? Maybe we phrase it like that.
How do we
prevent
come
that
to a
future?
how do we get to a end that is mutually beneficial?
Mutually beneficial to who?
Was it-
To everyone, bro. Don't get specific.
Is that the question?
Y'all are gonna have to decide. I'm tired of thinking about it.
It's only been 5 minutes, Grim.
I know. Feels like
Ah, patient, grow thin.
Oh, damn.
so. Yes or no? Is that the question?
So what is the question that we're debating on?
How do we get to an end to all of this that is beneficial to everyone included? Which means everybody.
Sure. You ask it, Grim.
I just did. Kronos,
Yeah.
you heard.
You heard. Kronos, you heard shit. All right, I ain't repeating that.
Not saying that again.
Doing it. You have to say his name.
Okay, Kronos, you heard that shit. Cool. And he goes, yes. And then that's it. That's your final question. I'm kidding. You feel one final breath from the elements. The end you seek lies at the end of a long road. You must change her heart. The mother must forgive the son. The son must change. And you must find every last one. The right song will open their souls. You have asked your 3 questions. You can tarry no longer in this realm. You must go. But it is possible to return. And maybe then you will ask the right question. Now leave. And as you feel the air of these 4 creatures swirl around you, you are enveloped in fire and water, in air, in rock. For a moment, you look like Avatar Aang as he goes badass on the Fire Lord. You are enveloped in this energy. And the world around you grows white and blinding, and you feel this rush of air blind you to everything. And as the light fades, your vision slowly starts to clear. You feel below your feet the rocking of a ship. Water sprays and hits your face. Around you, you see people rowing and chanting. And in the distance, you see a blonde woman point over the bow of the ship and scream out the word, "Dragon!"
Heck yeah.
All right, we've seen the dungeon and we've seen the dragon. Pack it up, everyone.
I mean,
Roll credits.
true.